Welcome back to A3 Aging Ann Arbor, and happy summer. It is officially summer.
It is.
I'm loving the warm weather.
Me too.
It's been a little bit hot though. Already, like really quickly, we got very, very hot. And so I think that's going to kind of preface what our conversation's going to be about today.
Yes.
Which is keeping our elders, seniors, safe. You're watching A3 Aging Ann Arbor, where we talk about aging and what you need to know. I'm Faye Molitor.
And I'm Sheila Doeden.
Welcome to the show. We're really thrilled that you're here, and hopefully you'll learn a little something about this topic as well today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's crazy.
At least it's a little cooler this week.
Oh, man. This weekend we had 70s and overnight lows were like 50s, and it could be like that
all year,
all the time.
Yeah,
I would be
agree.
in a happy place.
Yeah.
So we do enjoy the summer months, and we do have days that are beautiful. And those are the days that you want to take advantage of.
Yes.
If you do have elderly parents or loved ones or neighbors or whoever it is you work, you love or you're working with, because for us it would be our clients, then you just want to be really aware of how quickly an older person or older folks can overheat. Yeah. Their body is not able to regulate the temperature as well as we age. We just are incapable. And part of that is due to just like there's a fatty layer underneath our skin, and that fatty layer goes away over time.
Well, that would explain why people are cold
all the time.
Yeah.
It's funny because you'll walk into some of the houses, we'll be going to visit a client or even my neighbor, and it's like 100 degrees and they're freezing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're like, what is going on? But it's because their body is not able to regulate that heat because that fatty layer is gone. However, when they're out in the elements and it's hot or it's humid, very quickly they can overheat because they don't have that protection, that layer to protect them from being quickly hot.
Yeah. So that would be like heat exhaustion.
Yes. Yep. And there's so many different signs of what heat exhaustion looks like that we should all be super aware of. You know, one of the main signs or symptoms of heat exhaustion is a headache. And you don't really consider that being too much of a sign of that because so many people do suffer from just headaches from just the medicines that they may be on or some of the chronic ongoing conditions that they have.
Well, I think sometimes medications too can play on that for folks and have a big part in some of that heat exhaustion that they could experience. I know that if I get overheated, I get nauseated.
Oh, yeah.
Quick.
And dizzy. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. It's all of a sudden you're seeing white spots and you're like, whoa, I'm going to have to go sit down. I'm going to go down.
Yep. And the heart rate goes up.
Yep.
And so, if you're on like blood pressure medications, I would think that would play a part in some of that as well.
Yeah. There's lots of meds that do create a little havoc. With also that body temp regulation. So we just need to be very careful when we're with, our loved ones or our clients and out and about trying to enjoy some fun in the sun. And maybe,
protective clothing,
you're wearing,
hat, sunglasses, anything
some
to
people
keep
like
the heat
to
off.
Carry umbrellas. What were those called? Parasols.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so cute. Also staying hydrated. A lot of folks, because of the fact that they're getting older and due to the fact that they may have some chronic ongoing condition that causes some fluid retention, they need to use the restroom or the bathroom quite often. And so they don't hydrate as much. It's almost like just a
innate response
right.
to
They
having to
don't
get
want
up.
to have to continue to run to the bathroom, and especially if you're going out and about.
Right.
They will make a point not to have anything hydrating or drink anything before they leave for that trip.
I guess how long, and I don't know the answer to this question, but if you were planning an outing to take someone out for a few hours, and hydration is a concern, would there be a way to maybe hydrate before you did that and then, get past having to use the restroom frequently? And how long would that last?
Hydration packets, the Keto Vitals, they have... I happen to like Keto Vitals because they are 0 sugar, and they have all of the specific minerals and vitamins in them to hydrate a person without making you necessarily have to urinate so much. You don't have to. We use a whole bottle of water to put the Keto Vitals in.
So do I.
You don't have to. You could use just a little bit of water and add the Keto Vitals to that, and then you're not going to necessarily have to urinate as often or as quick. And really what the purpose of it is that the body's absorbing all of those minerals to keep you hydrated.
I wonder how long that lasts. I mean,
the Keto Vitals?
Yeah, if you were to do a small amount,
Yeah.
I mean, how long could you go with just that? I mean, would you have to?
I mean, I wouldn't suggest as far as like an older person being out and about.
Okay.
More than, if there's some sort of shelter that you could go to get out of the elements, maybe a couple of hours.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that's probably appropriate for most older people, and I know me included.
Yeah.
That's enough time for me being out in the elements, for the most part. I mean, I'm ready to go and get into the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another...
Unless you're at a pool or a beach where you can get in the water and cool down. So, as long as there's ways of being able to cool your body down, then you probably want to keep it to a minimum of maybe a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, back in the day, we didn't have air conditioning when I was growing up.
Right.
We didn't have AC.
No, I know we didn't either.
But I feel like now it's so prevalent.
Warming.
It's prevalent. I mean, a lot more people have it available to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for the aging population, it kind of is a necessity for them. I think
it is, and they say that it is absolutely necessary for older people. AC it used to be considered a privilege or
luxury.
Like a luxury, yes, and nowadays it's become a necessity. So folks use it for sure. Because their bodies are not able to regulate their temperatures.
Right.
So if the temperature that you want to be aware of as far as it's dangerous for an older person to be out in is 90 degrees. If it's 90 degrees plus, it's a day of indoor activities. Yeah. So you're looking for, whatever it is they enjoy to do with them inside. Using the oven and using the stove is probably not a great idea. Right. Even with air conditioning, you just want to keep, the house as cool as possible when it's that hot outside. Yeah. But, cards, puzzles, crocheting, if they're into, art, do some, adult coloring books or painting or drawing or, those kinds of things. There's even fun little indoor activities that are like outdoor activities, like little cornhole boards and that kind of stuff. If you're looking to kind of interact with them in a way that is like an outdoor activity and make it a playful thing, you could do those types of things. But if it's 90 plus out, And especially now with the humidity being so high here in Michigan, we have humidity that's quite high from time to time. And on those days, they call it, what do they call that? They deem it something. It's like a
heat index?
No, it's like on the news, they say it's a certain
Ozone?
They call it like it's like Danger Will Robinson Day. I don't know, but it's like too dangerous. It's a heat index for sure.
Yeah.
But it's too dangerous and to be out in. And on those days, yeah, you're going to find something to do inside, Sure. But yeah, the humidity causes the 90-degree day to turn into a 100-degree day.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I guess too, I mean, don't your sweat glands change a little bit too as you get older?
Everything does.
Yeah, you're not able to release some of that heat that way.
Well, yeah, the sweat's important.
Right.
And if you're not able to sweat and release that, the fluids help cool your body when it's released. Yes. And as we age, all of our senses and every ounce of our being changes. And it's just especially if you have other conditions going on, it's just difficult for your body to handle things. We're specifically talking about heat and sun, like it used to when we were in our younger years.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if necessarily I've ever been able to like withstand the heat if I'm not around something where I can cool myself off. I don't do well in the heat.
I did.
I never have.
I did in my younger years. I loved it. I was out in the elements all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. But it was the era of family of 7. My mom was like, you're playing outside.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to play inside. We weren't allowed to bring our friends inside. So I loved the outdoors. I loved being outside.
I did too, as long as I could be somewhere where I could cool off. Like if I could get in the lake or a pool or something like that.
We had a pool.
Right.
We had a pool.
Okay.
My mom and dad were smart and we had a pool because, they wanted us outside. So, and all the kids in the neighborhood were there. Anyway, yeah, when I hit the age of changes happening, then the heat, oh my gosh, your hormones change as well. Your sweat glands don't work as well. All of those things happen, but your hormones also kind of deplete and you end up having hot flashes. And then add 90-degree days to that. And honest to God, you think you're dying.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the worst.
But then you go from the hot flashes to freezing.
I know.
So yeah,
I know.
Even now it's hard to regulate.
Right.
So I can't imagine being 85 and having to regulate. So
right. But there is exercise is key and vital nutrients are key. Getting the C vitamins, the D vitamins, the magnesium, the potassium, all of those things and then there's also hydrating foods. You've got melons, you've got watermelon, all the melons, you have tomatoes, you have cucumbers, and all of those things are hydrating as well. Using all of those in the summer months is a huge, important thing to do.
Yeah, you could use that to make like tea.
Oh, for sure.
And make it really yummy. Because I don't like tea.
Natural teas. You don't like tea?
I don't like tea. I wish I did.
Like an herbal tea? Because it's not like tea. It's like herbal. It's like blueberry
I've got like a
chamomile.
Cinnamon orangey one that I can do, but it feels like it's just really sweet.
Oh.
Which is good.
Yeah.
In some respects.
Usually tea's not sweet unless you add that sugar.
Well, it might have sugar in it. I don't know. I don't know. They come in like a little... They're like a tea bag, but they're a funky shape. They're like a triangle shape. I don't know. Amber turned me on. Amber turned me on to them.
Okay.
They were really good.
Well, we just make sun tea. So we have one of the, it's like a jar, a big jar. And it isn't like the one with the little spout on it. It's just a jar. And we throw all of the herbal tea bags in there,
Yeah.
whichever kind you like. And you add the water to it and you sit it out in the sun.
Yeah.
And it like boils it,
Boils
sort
it.
of, it makes sun tea.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. It is delicious with just a little bit of lemon.
Yeah.
It's really
I
good.
bet you could
Lemon and limes too. Those are really good too, if you can use those like a mint lemony kind of drink. That's another really good one because you're getting all the nutrients
I
you
bet
need
you could take
for
the
hydration.
watermelon and the melons and like freeze it and use it as ice cubes.
You can.
In there.
Yeah, you do the melon baller.
Yeah.
And throw it in a bowl and throw it in the freezer. Sure.
I'll have to try that. I didn't even think about that. That might be really good.
in the juicers today, I think they have macerating juicers, and then they have just the juicers. But the macerating one might let seeds through, but the other one has like kind of almost like a filter. And so it would filter the seeds and you would just get the juice. And then if you use that juice, you can make ice cubes out of it,
That's cool.
So that might be an option too.
Yeah, right. Well,
but yeah.
We'll have lots of tomatoes to use.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
when they come in the garden. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Omega-3 acids too. I wanted to refer to my notes. Omega-3 is also super good for hydrating
what does it
our
do?
bodies. It keeps us hydrated. So you have magnesium, the electrolytes, the omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are usually from fish.
Yeah.
And it's good for many different things.
Sure.
Omega-3s are hugely good for you. Brain health, body health, but also hydration health. So
does it help replenish maybe some of that?
It doesn't nothing's going to help that fatted layer that you lose.
Act like that if you were eating it, maybe?
The omega-3s?
Yeah.
I take them in pill form, and I think they work with the body to make sure that all of those nutrients that you need to stay hydrated are working properly, or that I'm not quite sure exactly how omega-3s would work in the body.
Okay.
But omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, electrolytes are all really good and beneficial for keeping us hydrated. So that's important. The magnesium is in those hydration packets, so the Keto Vitals, and if you like the hydration packets with sugar, they have those as well if you want the sugar, and you can get those at any of the big warehouse clubs or on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon.
Well, and I would almost think too, though, I mean, as you get older, you don't maybe consume as much dietary wise.
Right.
And so maybe replacing some of your intake with more of the high caloric things. I mean, not overdoing it, but the higher caloric things might not be a bad thing, even though you're somewhat, I mean, you're a bit more sedentary, I think, if you're challenged with mobility. So I think there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And it for us, I know with our clients, a lot of them, they get so used to being inside and in their own space. It's challenging
to get them out,
to get them to want to go outside and enjoy a nice day. A lot of times we will offer up just maybe putting an herb garden on their porch. So, and it's a quick rollout. They can, if they're in a wheelchair or if they have a walker and have mobility issues, it's just a little raised, bed, a raised container that you can put your maybe one little tomato plant in and all your herbs in, and it gives them a reason to get outside because seriously, but a lot of us are depleted in vitamin D, and it's rampant because there's just too many reasons to stay inside today.
Well, when it's 95.
And well, in that too, but I mean, TV and internet and gaming and just frankly, comfort. And so a lot of people don't get outside as much. and the sun is what gives you that vitamin D. And only 15, 20 minutes, and you get enough vitamin D for the day. And it doesn't have to be sunny, sunny, sunny.
Right.
It can be an overcast day, and you're still benefiting from the vitamin D.
Well, even with the herb garden, if there's dirt in there, I mean, to put your hands in the dirt is good. I mean, that's therapeutic.
And the feet in the soil.
Yeah.
Anything putting your bare feet on grass, it's therapeutic. Yes. I love soil. So putting your hand and bugs. I'm all about the soil and bugs. So yeah, right. But some people really do not like dirt and they don't like bugs. So yeah. Most people probably. I'm the exception to the rule. Yeah. So yeah, I know. But yeah, if you are making like a drink or a tea, mint leaves have a cooling effect. So just putting a little bit of mint in there is always really nice.
Well, you could grow that in your herb garden too.
Yeah.
So
that stuff takes
or
over.
Chamomile, lavender. I mean, all of that would be, Yeah. That's a cool idea to have it like right outside, the front door.
Yeah.
I think you did something like that for Dave too. By the grill, you put a bunch of herbs in there so he can just pick them and
it's just a window box, and it's where he grills. So I threw oregano in that window box and a little bit of sage and a little bit of basil and said, rosemary too.
Yeah.
And it's all right there. So just grab your leaves and use it while you're
cooking me dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have to grill his stuff.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we do want everyone to enjoy the summer activities and summer months. And man, it's going too fast. We're already in July, and that is crazy. So definitely try and get out and enjoy it, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes, just so you get that vitamin D.
Yeah.
But yeah, be super aware of the signs of what it looks like for like heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
And just make sure that if you feel like you aren't feeling good, you have a headache coming on, you feel just not right, definitely sit down, go inside, get some ice on you or some even wet towels around your neck, on your wrists, on your forehead. That helps.
I think they sell cooling towels too, which would be a great idea if you're taking someone out.
Yeah.
And I think that, if you are planning an outing, maybe going over some of those key signs of what that heat exhaustion might look like before you're leaving, so that whoever you're taking out understands.
If you're feeling this way, let me know.
Speak the words, for
if
sure.
If they're capable of understanding that.
Right.
Some of the folks we work with dementia, that would be a lot for them, but we should be aware, and our caregivers are aware. So, and 9 times out of 10 with our clients, we're not going too far from the house.
Yeah.
We're staying pretty close to home. Not going to the beach.
Yeah.
Not going to the zoo. Silver Sneakers, a Facebook page is the other thing that would be a really cool indoor activity if you wanted to do it. You do not have to be a part of Silver Sneakers, which is a part of a certain, I think, advantage plan through Medicare once you hit 65. The Silver Sneakers Facebook page is free to anyone, and they have exercise programs specific to seniors, and they do them weekly, and they're really, really fun. So that's also another thing. If you feel like you want to get active, but you can't get outside because it's a cruddy, too hot of a day, sticky and hot, then maybe do some exercises inside with Silver Sneakers.
Yeah.
Facebook page. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you think of anything else that might be an important aspect of what we might want to keep in mind while we're out and about with our people?
Yeah.
I just think maybe if we're taking them out and it's going to be longer than a half an hour or an hour, maybe take a little cooler with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And put some ice in it and throw some cool water in there or herbal tea. And ice cream or something like that. Go for an ice cream. That's always a beautiful thing. I'm more of a frozen custard fan. And then there's frozen yogurt. There's so many options. What's that other one? Like something Italian ice, is it?
Sorbet.
Sorbet. Yeah, there's all kinds of things.
Delicious. I don't know how that would keep it in a cooler.
No, but you could take your loved one or, we could take our clients too.
Sure.
All these little stands yep.
You could definitely tell at 3:00 on Wednesday afternoons in Celine at Dairy Queen.
Is that when? Is it like senior time?
Day.
Oh, they have senior discounts.
Senior afternoon. Yeah.
That's awesome.
James goes.
Aww. I love that.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love that so much.
Yeah. So anyway, lots of things that you can do to stay hydrated, stay cool during the summer months. And again, if it's really, really hot out, don't go out, stay in.
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves being in their homes. It's a beautiful, happy, comfortable place. But yeah, definitely. I mean, make an effort to get out, even if it's just for 15 minutes, just to get some vitamin D, if it's not too hot. But yes, if it's too hot,
don't go out.
Don't go out.
Yeah.
Eat a popsicle. A bomb pop.
Oh my. Those are
push-ups. Do they still make those?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those so much. Creamsicles. Yeah, nice.
And we have bomb pop overload in the freezer right now.
Yeah, well, babies. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We hope that we were able to give you some really good insight on what it might look like for our seniors in the summer months and what to be very aware of if you are out and about with them and keeping them safe and from any kind of heat exhaustion, but also great ideas to keep them hydrated and active. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And we hope that you have a very happy summer. This episode was sponsored by Senior Helpers. That was A3 Aging Ann Arbor, your source for all things aging.
Please like, share, and subscribe for more episodes. Thanks for watching.
This episode was sponsored by Senior Helpers of Ann Arbor.